Lagos is not a city. It is a living thing. It breathes through exhaust fumes and ambition. It feeds on dreams and fear. It grows fat on secrets. By day, it smiles brightly, glass towers, luxury cars, private beaches hidden behind high gates. By night, it whispers truths no one wants to hear. In Lagos, wealth does not mean safety. It only means your fall will be louder. This is the story of 4 girls who were born into privilege so heavy it bent their backs before they learned to walk. Girls raised in houses where doors opened silently, where money arrived before requests were made, and where love was often replaced by strategy. They were not ordinary girls. They were daughters of power. And Lagos was watching them. They grew up behind walls so high the city felt distant, unreal. Zainab Adeyemi learned early that smiling made people comfortable. Her world was glass balconies and quiet dinners, where her father spoke more to his phone than to her. She learned obedience before self-discovery, and silence before desire. Amoka Nwara grew up loud. Her home echoed with arguments, ambition, and expectation. She was taught to be fearless, but only in ways that benefited the family name. Her fire was praised when controlled and punished when wild. Bisola Arowalo was raised to perform perfection. Every movement measured. Every emotion rehearsed. She learned that image was currency, and tears were debts no one would pay. Tomowa Bello washed. She always washed. While the others lived loudly or beautifully, Tomowa studied patterns. She noticed how adults lied easily, how money changed tone, how power disguised cruelty as normalcy. By the time they became friends, they already carried invisible scars, and Lagos loved them. They moved through the city like royalty. Private schools. Overseas summers. Exclusive parties with music too loud and smiles too careful. The gold circle, people called them. But gold attracts attention. And attention attracts hunger. At university, at charity galas, at rooftop parties overlooking Victoria Island, men watched them, not as girls, but as access. As trophies. As leverage. The girls laughed. Took pictures. Pretended not to notice. Because in Lagos, pretending is survival, the party was supposed to be harmless. A rooftop. Soft lights. Alcohol that tasted expensive. Music floating over the lagoon. But Lagos does not give without taking. That night, Amoka was reminded that power does not ask, it assumes. That night, Bisola overheard a conversation that confirmed her family was already falling. That night, Zainab met a man who saw her as human before surname. That night, Tomowa's phone recorded what it shouldn't have. A confession. A laugh. A threat disguised as a joke. By morning, Lagos was restless. Phones rang differently after that night. Parents became distant. Friends became careful. Protection arrived disguised as control. Zainab's future was rearranged without consent. Amoka was one to behave. Bisola was quietly erased from rooms she once ruled. Tomawa was followed. The city tightened its grip. Because Lagos does not tolerate disruption from women, especially rich ones who refuse obedience, Amoka's accident was not an accident. Everyone knew it. No one said it. Her body survived. Her illusion did not. Bisola watched her family name dissolve in real time. Zainab tasted freedom and fear on the same street. Tomawa prepared for something irreversible. Lagos was no longer background. It was an opponent. The truth did not surface gently. It exploded elsewhere, outside Nigeria, beyond control. Names fell. Power shook. Men who had never apologized suddenly hid. Lagos pretended surprise. But beneath the noise, something shifted. For once, silence did not win. Survival looked different for each of them. One left to heal. One rebuilt quietly. One vanished from society pages. One stayed. Lagos adjusted. It always does. Cities remember differently than people. They don't recall faces. They remember disruption. And somewhere between the traffic horns and the luxury towers, Lagos remembered 4 girls who were born into gold and learned its weight. Not all of them were saved. Not all of them remain innocent. But none of them were the same. And Lagos kept blinking, waiting for the next story.